back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. And I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist. Aaron Goldstein, Goldstein Digital, co-host.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Who's our next guest?
Our next guest is Tony Pinker from Vinyl Alley.
Vinyl Alley. Hey, Tony.
How you doing?
Wonderful. Yourself?
Okay.
Hey, you joined the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was forced to.
Were you?
Well, no, I just...
Did Anna twist your arm?
No. We just decided we should join the Chamber of Commerce.
It's like what a business does.
Right. So, there we are.
Well, thank you. Thanks for doing that. I realize it's a big investment. All the ways to spend or invest, all the ways to spend money when you're just starting out.
Well, there's always ways to spend more money.
Isn't that the truth? So kind of the idea of the radio program is to interview every chamber member. And then we came along with the video. So Aaron and I put a video together and put AV Florist all over it. So we get a little benefit.
Plug.
Well, then we know each other and it creates a bigger footprint. And someone will do a search for a Doobie Brothers album. You do have Doobie Brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
On occasion.
On occasion.
Like a lot of occasions.
Yeah, and they're going to do a search, and our video is going to pop up talking about whatever we're going to talk about today.
Mhm.
And they find you in Discovery. What is that worth? What's a customer worth? Could
a
be,
lot.
yeah, could be a lot. They could buy one thing. They could just. Do you allow lookers at the store just to come in and
Oh, that's what it's about. Have you not been in the store?
have not? You know, you had a grand opening,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't able to be there. But where is your store?
It's directly across from LPAC, from the most western end of LPAC. It's 765 Lancaster, and it's where everybody thinks the boulevard ends.
Well, you've got the restaurants kind of like just in that
Ways
block.
up, and they just think the boulevard ends there, so we try to draw people down any way we can.
Well, yeah, so they need activity, they need a sign, they need light, they need to see some humans walking around.
Right.
Even a couple mannequins sometimes would.
We're not allowed to do that.
Really? No mannequins?
We made a mistake when we were doing our paperwork at the city and put in new and used records. And if you sell used items,
Uh-huh.
you cannot make too big of a deal in front of your store.
Wow.
I don't get it, we don't get it, but that's what it is.
Well, I don't want to get political, but it seems like that needs to be looked at again.
You know, we've done okay. We're doing okay,
Yeah.
even with that, and I think the city really would rather you succeed than not.
Good.
So we'll do a few things we may not should do, and it's an interesting thing on the boulevard.
Business is an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
And on the boulevard. Well, you know, when we have a small business, which is the majority of the chamber membership, it's like location and what am I doing and what's my reason, and you got to stay healthy.
Mhm.
You know, to run a business, you have to attract good employees or spend a lot of time there yourself. So tell me, what's the reason that you decided on a record store?
Well, our family is we love music, and my three sons are all record collectors, and like I tell people, do not play music trivia with any of my sons. You will walk away wounded. And so the business was started mainly for our one son and his son, and I have another son that's in Prescott, Arizona, and his son is starting, it's called Vinyl Alley and Voodoo Vinyl. That's for the younger people. And so my grandson in Prescott is he's opening with Voodoo Vinyl in Prescott.
Ah,
And it's not totally tied together, but we always help each other. And then our oldest son was the first money he ever made in his life. He would buy a record to play and one to put away.
really?
And And now he's been a successful television editor for years, and he still does that. And if you come into our store, you'll see an old record, and it's got handwritten stuff on there describing the record.
Wow.
And
Gee.
it's my son. He'll some of the stuff he says it's odd, but it's worth having, you know. And he brought us in Betty Davis singing rock with a rock singer.
I never heard of that album.
It's from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and the rock singer slips my mind at the moment, but it's just a 45.
Wow.
And it's like one of those things. He brings in odd things to
Yeah.
us.
Which there's a niche for that.
Mhm.
So you sell, but do you also buy?
Oh yeah.
How about, like, I was at a garage sale and they had a box of albums. People come in after a garage sale, they didn't sell their albums. You look at it?
Oh, we look all the time. It's and there's people that just come in wanting to sell what they have.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to a point, we have so much stuff to look at, to buy or not. We had to stop for a while and say, you know, come back in about a month,
Yeah.
because we always have to buy. I kind of tell you how the store works, and then that'll give you an idea so I don't forget what we have in the store.
Right.
When you walk in the front door, there's new record players, little Crosley ones.
Oh, yeah.
A line of those. We got incense. It all kind of goes together. And we have a front room that has used guitars, comic books, and our really not the best records, the ones we kind of separated out because they were pretty beat up, and they're 50-cent ones up on the wall. And band T-shirts and other T-shirts there. Then you go in the little middle room, and it's new vinyl, DVDs, real odd old VHS, again from our oldest son,
Mhm.
because he just buys odd things, and then you go in the back room, and we started out with 12,000 used albums,
Wow.
and now it's at about 20,000. And we
And-
also have 4 tracks, and
And what's the time period for the albums?
they're almost forever.
No,
I mean, we got rock.
They start in the mid-50s?
Yeah, we have some 50s, because we started with the earliest LPs, and we do have some 78s, but they're kind of put aside because not many people even
Right.
ask.
Right.
But it's just every genre, and people say, well, who comes in your store? And the first day we opened, this couple had to be close to 80. And first we didn't think we were coming in, and they came in and they spent $150 on old albums. And then we'll have 12 years old and all in between. And so there's no real demographics,
Interesting.
you know. And I had a real cute little girl come up one day, and she got all the new albums and all that. And the last album she sets up there is an old Benny Goodman album.
Wow.
And I go, you're buying Benny Goodman? She says, oh, I've looked all over.
Couldn't find it.
I can't find it. And
Oh.
we're getting a reputation there of a lot of the kids that come in, people, and they're not just kids, they're people in their 40s buying the new stuff.
So you think there's a resurgence?
Oh, it is. It absolutely, in fact,
Instead of CDs?
the difference is, and this is from people telling, and it's true, the sound is nicer. It's just like film is way prettier than digital. Digital has its place, and it really helps young people find their way and be able to present something, but film looks better, records sound better, and it's also an intimacy. If you get a CD, you stick it in a machine and it plays music, or you hit iTunes and it plays. So you can feel the record, you can look at it. And a friend of mine that came in, he hadn't played records forever, and he started playing, and he says, you know, I like to sit there and listen to even the where you hear this.
It's all
And
part of it.
It's all part of it, and a lot of the companies that quit pressing vinyl years ago are all retooling up,
Wow.
a lot of them.
So it's not a fad?
I don't think it's a fad, and even if it is, I think it's gonna be a pretty long-lasting fad. Because, and there's people that have never given it up. I mean, people will come in, you have a record, oh, I've had my record player forever, and I play forever, and then we've got a customer that's over on I that repairs turntables
Wow.
and that. So
Yeah.
we refer people to him for, you know, people have old stuff, so. And then, you know, we refer to there's another record store in Cortez. And we refer there, and they refer to us. And it's you know, it's a nice feeling.
Right.
And my wife and I don't work in there all the time, because like I said, it was for my son and my grandson, and we're the old people. But we go in there a couple days a week, and we go do other things, and a lot of people come in, they'll walk, they'll come back up to the front of the store, and they go, man, this is like going back in time. You can't understand the store till you walk in it and just see how it is.
And sometimes going back in time is not a bad thing.
No. In fact, yesterday, this older couple walks in, I don't even guess their age, but they're older, and I had an old, we'll put up a record now playing, and had Buddy Holly. And the guy's walking through the store, and he's singing to the record, and there's this young girl, real hip young girl with her boyfriend, and she's singing it going the other way.
Wow.
And you know, she's gotta be maybe, at the oldest, she's in her 20s, but I think she's more like 19. And we said to her, she says, that was really cool, it gave you a good feeling. She says, oh, I love that music. So, and the old guy he loved it too, and he's singing it, and she's singing it, it's almost a duet.
Anything I forget to ask you?
I don't know, we try to be a friendly store, and most of the people that come in are very friendly too.
And it doesn't cost anything to look?
No.
Or listen?
No, and we even have listening stations, because we want people to make sure the used record they're buying is good. Some of them don't care. They just want that record, and but we say, you know, please sit down and listen.
Okay, we're gonna come check it out.
Okay,
Tony Pinker, Vinyl Alley on the Boulevard. And thanks for being a chamber member.
okay. Thank you, Chris.